Executive function and self-regulation skills in the early years. What are executive function and self-regulation skills? They are the processes in our brain that let us plan, focus attention, remember instructions, and carry out multiple tasks successfully, and they enable us to interact with the world in a positive way. The skills must all work in coordination with each other and must be developed and exercised. To develop these skills, young children need opportunities for creative play, social interaction, learning to cope with difficulties, making decisions and organising themselves, having exercise, a healthy diet and enough sleep, experiencing regular routines, building supportive, dependable relationships with trusted adults. Executive function skills. These executive function skills are needed every day. Working memory, both verbal and non-verbal, flexible thinking, organisation, task initiation, impulse control, emotional control and self-regulation, self-monitoring, planning and prioritisation. Working memory. This allows you to remember key pieces of information and use them over a short period of time. For example, to answer questions about a story you have just heard. A child struggling with this will often quickly forget instructions or things like the number sequence. Things that may help. Get the child to explain the directions or sequence to someone else. Get the child to create a visual picture in their head of what they have just heard, such as a story. Play games that use visual memory, such as Pelmanism. Model how to make a list of things to remember, such as by drawing pictures or story maps. Use all the senses and whole body activities in learning. Work on helping the child to make connections. Flexible thinking. This allows you to think of new ways to do something or to solve a problem and means you can focus or shift attention as required. A child who struggles can have rigid thinking and find it hard to do a task in a different way to the one they are used to. Things to help include encouraging a child to think of all the things you could do with an object, make up new rules for a game, find more than one way to do an activity, think out loud while problem solving, etc. Organisation of resources. This helps you keep track of things and organise things so that you can find them again. A child who struggles with this often has problems finding and storing items. Things to help include having well-organised labelled resources and ask the child to help sort items out and put them away. Having clear routines, using visual timetables. Initiation of tasks. This means you get started with tasks and don't put them off. A child who finds this difficult will struggle with starting an activity. Things to help include using a visual timer for an activity, breaking down the task into mini steps, having a visual timetable and regular times for particular activities, eliminating distractions, helping a child stay calm, being cautious about what you say. A child who is a perfectionist may interpret "just try your best" as "only your best is good enough." Impulse control. This skill allows you to think through and process information before acting on it. A child who finds this hard will often react immediately, either in talk or action, without thinking things through. In fact, all young children need to develop impulse control, and it can take some time. Strategies to help a child develop this skill include having clear, consistent expectations, having predictable consequences, using visual reminders, praising and modelling appropriate behaviour, giving 5-minute and 2-minute warnings before transitions, anticipating situations which might be difficult and explain what will happen in advance. Emotional control. This skill allows you to control your emotions and reactions. A child who struggles with this may overreact to a situation, finds it hard to handle criticism, and can't bounce back easily when negative things occur. Strategies that may help include using social stories to deal with problem situations, helping the child practice coping strategies such as deep breathing, making sure the child gets enough sleep, having a quiet space available if the child needs it. Self-monitoring. Having this skill means you can understand what you are supposed to be doing and evaluate how you are getting on, so you change your approach if necessary. Children who struggle with this skill don't reflect on their own progress and performance. Some strategies for helping develop this skill include modelling the process, asking the child how they are getting on partway through an activity. Planning and prioritisation. This means you can plan ahead what steps need to be taken to complete an activity and work out which order you need to do them in. A child who finds this hard often has difficulty with working out which part of an activity should be done first, and this can lead to procrastination. Some strategies for helping a child with this skill include having a visual schedule for a task, modelling breaking down the task into smaller steps, eliminating distractions. So that concludes our look at executive function and self-regulation skills in the early years. We hope you found this short video useful. You will see how these skills are developed well in good quality early years practice, and you will also appreciate how they connect effectively with characteristics of effective learning. Thank you for listening. Goodbye for now.